Okay, so this is a response video to the homie on the internet. She knows who she is. That's Made in Liberty. I'll just go ahead and link to her. Um, she'd made an interesting video about, I guess it was like a communion that went wrong or something. Somebody dropped a cracker or something, and they were like forced to eat it or something. It's pretty stupid. Um, I did communion a few times in a Protestant church as a kid, but yeah, it didn't mean much to me. Like I don't know. I think I've always had this inherent like this is BS kind of thinking. I don't know, but Dogma never really got to me. That's what's funny about Robert Anton Wilson. He always talked about Catma instead of Dogma, the antidote or something. But yeah, he made this in some of his books. He wrote about how what's the sense in drinking the blood of a dead Jew and eating the flesh of a dead Jew, which of course both of these things are not Jesus, and somehow making some significance out of it. Totally agree. I didn't get to read him until I was about, I don't know, in my 20s. But the first instance I had with this type of stuff was in elementary school, a Christian school, a private Christian school, where this young girl, she lost her father um, to an accident of some kind, and she was totally crying, and it was really sad, because I was like sitting a couple rows down, and I was like, oh man, this sucks, and she asked the teacher as if she was asking like a pastor or something, you know, um, did my daddy go to heaven? And the teacher said, like, I don't know. Was he saved? Did he do whatever, blah, blah, blah? And I'm like thinking to myself, this is all BS, dude. So, that moment was like the beginning of like the end of my dogma, believing, I didn't believe anything anybody told me about religion and stuff. And then, but unfortunately, my father continued to drill eschatology into my head constantly, which is very poisonous because if you get eschatology constantly put into your head, you think like, oh, there's no point in preparing for the future. There's no point in doing anything meaningful because, Jesus is coming next year or it's all going to end or, all this stuff, right? And so I didn't think long term in the right way. And it took so long, I had to get into my freaking 30s to get that out of my head. So, but yeah, I thought I would mention that, and it was cool that you mentioned me about that because yeah, you got me right. Although I'm a little more, I wouldn't say a cult, but I do study stuff more than you think. Believe you me, definitely the chaos magic, definitely Robert Anton Wilson, this kind of stuff. Um, kind of, you know, yeah, I read a lot of his books, so I thought I would mention that for everybody else and for a really cool YouTuber. And you guys have a good one.